Hi again. So two more algorithms we want to talk about with regard to the search space. One is simulated annealing, and some people have trouble with this conceptually. It's very complex to implement, so thank goodness we're not actually going to do this in the lab, but I want you to understand the basic concept. So the idea here, which is what this gray domain example is you shake the puzzle. So you're moving along, and you're moving along, and you're moving along, and randomly, there's a couple random variations here. First of all, you do this once in a while, at random. So you can say what schedule you want to do it on, which is every 10 moves, every 15 moves, every 200 moves. There's variations on that. And then when you do it, when you do the shaking, you can specify how much to shake. You go like this, or you can just go a little. And the shaking corresponds to movement on the search space. So if you're here and you're shaking a little, you might only go to here, or you might only go to there. If you shake a lot, that might be the same thing as going from here all the way over to there, for example. And different domains have different variations on what's a good idea. So you kind of have to play with it. It's a little bit of a hands-on algorithm. So it depends on your search space. And you can't always draw this, of course. I mean, the graph is very subjective to your search space, and you don't always realize what it is. You might have to actually play with it. So you might have to go in and try a bunch of different parameters. But that's what simulated annealing is. You shake it. So every once in a while you shake, once in a while you shake. And if you have your parameters adjusted right, basically you don't shake too much usually. You kind of keep a small variation here. This is generally bad. You want to just shake a little. And you shake a little and do it every so often. The theoretical algorithm basically shows there's a proof to this that you will get to the global solution most of the time that way again. And you can look up the specifics. We're not going to go into all that theoretical stuff. But this does a pretty good job. Again, you have to tweak the parameters right and pay attention to it. The last one is local beam search. And local beam search is similar to random restart, except you communicate with each other on what's going on. The random restart is you start in a bunch of spots over again. You go to the solution, then start again. Go to the solution, start again, go to the solution. You save the solution, and then you pick the best one. Local beam search instead is you start at a bunch of areas. You start there, start there, start there, start there, start there, all simultaneously. Now, you can do this with threading and parallel processing. That's great. And communicate amongst each other. Or you can just do it in a big loop. It doesn't actually have to be parallel. It's just the idea that you're iterating the states one at a time. So you start here, and you move one state over. Start here, move one state over. Or start here, move one state over, etc. And then at each point, you evaluate the heuristic function of all these starts and see which are the best. And you chop off some number of them. And that's, again, you play with that number. There isn't a specific number. Let's say we chop off half of them. So we kill that one, because that didn't get us anywhere. We kill this one, and we'll probably kill this one. And we keep those two. And now we take their next two states, and we keep doing this. And eventually we're going to find, again, statistically, if you do enough beams with this, you're going to find the global maximum solution. And that's the general idea. That's kind of how you do hill climbing and how you do all these algorithms to combat the problem of search spaces being very uneven and give it a more human-like feel. Because this is, psychologically, what humans do is very similar to simulated annealing in psychological studies. So what happens is humans settle on a solution first by kind of shaking, heading towards something and shaking up a little bit. There's a lot of studies. It's very difficult to give it, agreement, so I won't bother. But you'll trust me on that one. So next time we'll talk about some more algorithms, and I hope this has been useful.